That's how you start a fire. I am a self-defense instructor, and I'm doing this because I'm seizing an opportunity that's completely in my wheelhouse. A lot of people have a load of formal training. They go to these bushcraft schools. But for me, it was something that was always just kind of fed to me slowly throughout my life from my great-grandfather, grandfather, father, all hunted, trapped, fished, and worked with very primitive skill sets. This is something that resonates in my bloodline.
Always be mindful of where you set your tools. You lose them, you lose the game.
Why am I doing this? Respect, absolutely. Money, absolutely. And that's because I grew up in an environment where this sort of living practices were just out of necessity. As a kid, my family was homeless. We've lived in a van in a mall parking lot. My father stolen potatoes to feed us in the van. So now that I have my family, I better be doing those things that are going to dictate the future of my family's well-being. My son Tristan's only 2.5 years old. And I'm gonna be gone longer than my daughter has been alive. The biggest thing I'm gonna miss is the time. To my loved ones, when I say goodbye, I'll be telling them I love them, but it won't be goodbye. It's just gonna be for a little while. And to know that when I come back, I'm bringing home the win. I'm up against some people here who wanna win, and I have to beat them. I can do that a couple ways. I can do that by starving later, or I can do that by starving in the beginning. It's gonna happen either way, but I have to be better about my hunting, gathering, and fishing. It's just, I can't let that be a weak link in my armor. These are my 10 selected items that I'm counting on helping me survive in the Arctic. I'll be bringing my recurve bow with a 50-pound draw in hopes that I'll be able to procure some meat for long-term survival while I'm out there. I'm bringing my negative 40-degree sleeping bag. In these type of conditions, you just can't take any chances. So the bigger the grams, the better. I'm bringing a 12 by 12 tarp. One side is black and one side is silver. I'm hoping the silver side will help reflect the heat within my shelter, and the black will help absorb the natural sunlight and aid in melting of snow off my roof and keeping my shelter a little bit more warm. I'll definitely be bringing a knife. This is one tool I never go out into the wild without, and anybody who has survival experience can attest to how important something like this is. I'm bringing the required length of paracord. It has multiple uses, shelter building, trapping, you name it. I'll be bringing my folding saw. I have found that this will be absolutely efficient in what I'm trying to do as far as shelter building and the procuring of wood for my fire. I have a 2-quart cast iron pot. The lid will also come in handy as a nice hot plate. For starting fire, I have my fail-proof ferro rod, and this will be extremely helpful. Coming from a long line of trappers, I have a 20-gauge wire, which will assist me in the passive hunting, which will allow me to do other things. I'll also be bringing fishing hooks and line. Fish will be a great asset out there if I cannot take big game. These are my 10 selected survival items. Wish me luck.